Hello everybody. It's time for some Primordialis. I figured I'd do a little bespoke video for today, and yeah, there's been some changes to Primordialis once again. So many changes coming through this game all the time now, and I freaking love it. I can hardly keep up. So, if you saw any of my recent videos, you might have seen me utilizing electricity. And you might have seen a form of electricity that is very different from the way it usually works. So the way it usually works is you hold down the button and it zaps like this. But the modern version that they had put out was basically like a charge that fired out like a powerful beam of lightning. And when you let go of the charge, which is interesting. But now they've gone ahead and separated electricity into two different damage types. So we've got electricity, which I'm using right now, shocking cell, and we've got lightning, which I am going to hopefully utilize. I'd like to use both of them, ideally, but yeah, I basically just want to explore how good it is. Because obviously it was excessively powerful, like unbelievably powerful for that short time. By the way, lots of people been asking me, and will continue to ask me, I'm sure, even though I put out a video on it a while back, how to get into the beta branch. Sorry, random hiccups. All you have to do is click on your Steam, go to Primordialis Properties, and make sure you're in the beta branch. And you will be able to play with all of the wacky new content that you oftentimes see in my videos. Because why wouldn't I play all the wacky cool stuff first? That just makes good sense. But if you want to wait for singular big updates, that's totally valid too. I think those are both reasonable ways of doing things. So you can see the damage output from this is not super good, seemingly. I don't know, that took a really long time. There's probably some new stuff going on with electricity that I don't fully understand yet, but I assume that there's a stun threshold as well as a damage threshold. So, like, you stun the enemies before you do any damage. That seems to be the general vibe. So we'll see if we can play around that, and maybe shock plus electricity will be even better than I'm thinking. Seems as so far like it will combo very well together. I should take a jet so that way I can go speed mode. That is very handy to be able to do that. These guys are both almost dead, so I will happily clean those up and take those kills. We're gonna get some more shocking cells so we can make them cheaper. Not exactly sure what our build is going to look like just yet, but I've got some concepts and various ideas that I'd like to try. Let's go ahead and grab a grounding. That seems like it might be helpful. This guy's really thinking about eating that plant, but he's not sure about it. He's like, oh, now he's thinking about eating me. I'll have to do something about that. How's that? How's that? The tingle on your tongue? Is that what you were looking for? You little shit. Get killed. Get killed eventually. Please. Really not doing very much damage, if any. Maybe, so you can see the electrical charge happening here. Hang on. Hang on, maybe if I mouse over and I do this. Look at that, okay. And then we can check his biomass. So we can see that he is starting to take some damage. There we go. That's cool. That's cool. All you gotta do to bring up that screen is mouse over whatever you want to see the information on and press I. Pretty simple, but it's fun to mess around with and see the numbers, see how they fluctuate, I suppose. Feeler is kind of cool, but not really what I'm after. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my speed on for the time being. Just so I can move around a little faster. This guy is 90% dead, so we'll swap over to damage mode. And we'll go back again. Should probably build myself up. Oh, hey, there's Shocking Cell over there. Perfect. Let me go and grab that right away. Or anything else happens. This is, or not Shocking Cell, Lightning Cell, that one. The new one. The new cell. I think we're still getting damage cells. How lucky we are. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick look at this puppy. So, Lightning Cell and Shocking Cell are now split in two. They're the same cost. Obviously this one's half because I've got two. Electrically activate when deactivated to emit strength. Wait, with strength based on peak voltage. So basically, whatever your peak voltage was with lightning is going to be how much it deals. When electrically activated, it will arc. Shocking struck. They spelled struck wrong. Whoops, whoops, whoopsies. That's beta branch. Got him. Struck cells and dealing a low amount of damage. After arcing, its voltage will drop to 0. Okay. In other words, if we pair them together, they will activate together. So that'll actually be a really powerful combo cell if we can combine them. So I would like to try that. Because if it sets your voltage down to 0 every time an electric arcs and hits a thing, then that means that we can use that to activate the lightning shock repeatedly. Which is cool. We'll definitely try that out. I'd like to use them separately, at least for a little bit, but the sooner I find a combo for it, as soon as I find one, I will pivot to using it in that mode, because that'll give me the strength of both modern lightning and old lightning. That was an insane explosion. I'm not sure what blew up there, but rip. God damn. A lot of giblets going on there, that's for certain. Alrighty. Just wandering around looking for any potential goodies. You know how it is. Early game Primordialis is pretty solved for me. I don't really do anything too crazy in the early game, and I do apologize for that. I feel like my goal is always to get into like mid to late games, so that way I can start doing all the wacky stuff, because that's where this game really shines for me, in my opinion. Although I suppose soon I will have a video showing off some like really silly early game builds. I plan on releasing that on Christmas Day if all goes well. Ah, attached to a guy and we're getting poisoned together. This is not what I want. Okay, what do we got down here? More breakaways. I do have designs for a breakaway that I'd like to play with. We'll see how that goes. And I might keep an eye out. You know, maybe I take some leeching. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it for now. We're kind of limited in our biomass right now. Or in a, what's it called? Genome size. We're limited in our genome size. Okay, hit me with a little bit of that. That should be good. So the apex of my power is literally just. Ooh, yeah. There's a bit of a feedback loop there, isn't there? Even from that little interaction, there was a feedback loop. If I blast into the wall, I can kind of power myself up. And I'm hoping if I target... Yeah. So if I do this, if I blast into a wall and then target the lightning cells, then I can basically focus the charge into the... I can focus the charge into the shocking cells, which will give me more burst damage. which is interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and try using pure lightning, because I think that shocking cells might not be enough damage in modern day. We'll see. We'll see if that's true. Yeah, there we go. So that did a lot of damage. Very good damage, indeed. There we go. Let's go ahead and get some explosion proofing. I don't really care for any of those other perks currently. Not going to do me any good. And, yeah, we'll go ahead and grab one of these. If I got room for one of those. I guess I got 2 of them. Creates a magnetic field when electrically activated if the cells on the surface of the body axis oriented outward. Otherwise, it will point toward the 3rd dimension. Okay, so I'm thinking we use that as like a lightning rod to charge up a singular lightning cell. And we'll see if we can get... Maybe I can combine those 2 together to, like, guarantee that they work together. I'm gonna try that out briefly. So, what I'm thinking is just one of these, and then we want something like that. I need these all to be aimed at this. So, like, how do I... What's going to be the best way that I can do that? I guess it's going to be, like, this, 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 this. And then... And then we'll do this. And those are all doing a pretty good job of aiming where I want them. Okay. And then we can have, like, a... Okay. And then how do I attach this? That's gonna make it shoot into itself. I wonder if this will work. Let's try that. Okay, and we'll do a little bit of this, and we should get some more hearts. I should ground myself more because this is likely to be really dangerous. So, start doing that. So, there's like an adjacency thing that you want to do with grounding cells, where they, any adjacent cell to a grounded cell will not get electrified. And that allows you to, like, generally you want to do like a bit of a honeycomb pattern. I'm pretty haphazard with mine. The shortest distance you want is just the 1 cell gap, but if you can do like a 2 cell gap, then that's very efficient. But like, for example, this cell here isn't covered by either of these 2, so like we'd want to get rid of that. But obviously then we've got 3 cells touching. Or, like, I don't know, I just feel like this is better for drag. I think this is better for drag? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's identical. It feels a little wrong having it like that, but I'm sure it's fine. Let's grow a little bit. We'll continue to enlarge in. And we could use some extra HP, so that way we've got better regen throughout the body. And then we will place some more of these guys around. Something like that. Are there any dead zones? Almost certainly. There's one. And... you know what? I'll just put one there. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. Let's try this out. Yeah, so we're doing a crap ton of self-damage, and I can't even turn it off. That's crazy. Okay. That is powerful, but I'm hurting myself quite a lot in the process. Interesting. Interesting that that was the thing that was preventing me from being able to continue. What if I do this? I don't have enough health to survive. That makes sense. That looks so fucking cool. That looks so cool, man. That looks really cool. This is undeniably going to rip me to shreds, though, so that's the problem. That is an issue. But it looks fantastic. Okay, so it seems like the lightning cell is a big part of what's causing a lot of the issues. I want to place these lightning cells in a spot where they can, like, thrive, you know? Where they can get some serious damage going. I need, like, a... So I want to use this as a lightning rod, right? That's the objective. That seems pretty clear. That is what I'm attempting. I guess what we could do is we could, like, ground our way up there. And then have... I keep trying to use Breakaway, and Breakaway doesn't really make the most sense. I don't have, like, a partially insulated cell that can, like, survive without, like, stopping this from going off. So it's pretty awkward. I don't know what the correct solution for this little puzzle that I'm experiencing is just yet. And so, like, we're destroying this one before it can even, you know, do the damage that I want it to. So, like, hang on, let's take a look at the charge. Okay, so the voltage on this top piece is hitting 23, which is wonderful. That's excellent. That is really good. So, like, by comparison, these are all hitting 1 or under 1 voltage because they're flickering. So this is getting this really incredible voltage, and it's not firing off because it's storing the voltage. So I need the voltage to drop faster. So in order to get the voltage to drop faster, what should I do? Where's this even going to fire? I don't think it's going to fire anywhere because it's got like this. It's kind of just holding the electrical charge. So I need something that can help drain the electricity out of it. It's an interesting problem to have. Holy smokes. Building quite the array there. That's cool. But yeah, you can see that it's charging it up nicely. So like if I go into here, once again, we have substantial biomass. It's just that the biomass drops like really slowly, which is the main issue. If I put like grounding cells on either side of it like this, hang on. So if I put grounding cells here, it just dies. But what if I put like hearts here? Does it need extra HP? So I need to like feed it biomass, I think. Sorry if I'm thinking like out loud a little too fast or whatever. Oh my god. What the hell, man? This thing's crazy. Oh my gosh. Electricity has changed. How many times have I used that as a YouTube title? They just keep changing it, man. They just keep changing it. I'm here for it. I like it. This is gonna kill me horribly, right? I can't use this. Maybe we simplify down for a little bit. Wait till we find like the goodies that'll make this more viable. Because like the current issue that I'm facing is that I'm like ripping into myself to a degree where I'm going to die. And that is obviously not what I'm looking for. But it's clear that you can create some sort of, like, lightning-fed, or a shocking-fed lightning cell. So we want to make a shocking-fed lightning cell that can turn off and on, and then go from there. So I'm gonna try to make a mechanism that can actually control that. And for now, we will just rock the lightning. And, you know what? Yeah, let's use the lightning over the... Like, obviously we're not getting a ton of voltage out of this, but like the burst damage is just so much better than what we've been using, and we're under biomass by quite a bit. So I'm probably gonna just feed myself a bunch of extra HP on this build, and then we'll be relatively safe. Hopefully, remember we're explosion resistant, which means that hopefully some of the more dangerous enemies in this zone, such as this lad that I just killed, won't do me in. Oh man. So I'm just thinking, like, Angry Neuron, we could do summons as well. I'm not sure how good summons are gonna be, necessarily. I mean, summons are always amazing. It's just a question of, can you get them to be functional with the setup that you have, right? That's always the core of the problem. Okay, so jellyfish. Well, I don't know what's going on with that guy, but he's freaking me out. No, that's some meaty damage, man. Holy shit. Okay. That's a scary guy. I really want the XP, but I'm... Oh no. I'm grounded, I'm grounded, I'm grounded. Okay, we're good. Just don't freak out too much. It's gonna be fine. Okay. There's some crazy physics going on in this room, that's for certain. There we go. Seems like lightning provides an insane amount of like energy burst, which is interesting. I wonder if lightning is a good way of feeding energy into shocking, because right now we've been thinking about that loop, but you know, shocking is really good too, or at least it has been traditionally. So I'd like to see how that functions as well. Okay, so we're level 18 already, which is pretty good. We're definitely ripping through enemies pretty quickly here. I'm gonna keep an eye... Oh, hey, there's health monitor. Health monitor is something that I might end up using. I haven't done a health monitor build in a very long time. Health monitor overcharge is just kind of... Like, it's the most basic of overcharges, and because of that, like, it tends to be a little bit clunky. But, if I'm being real, it's a much faster setup to create than a lot of other options, so I should probably continue using it. I shouldn't just give up on an overcharge just because it's less elegant than some of its other options, some of the other options. That doesn't seem very fair, does it? This guy scares me. I really don't want to get one hit by a stupid jellyfish. They've been such a bad enemy for so long, and now they're just an absolute menace. Look at this. Look at this guy. I'm terrified. I'm gonna get one hit killed. I'm gonna have to re-dissect the jellyfish. Okay. Let's go ahead and grab a heatsink, because I definitely want to be able to play around with that. Earlier I picked up an inductive cell, and that's so that way I can do a charge loop overcharge engine, like the charge pulse. I think that'd be good. In fact, it might be like really, really strong, depending on how things work. We'll see. We'll see how that ends up working. Just like double check. What is that over there? Is there a new enemy in the dark? What was that? What are you? Oh, new guy. Cool. I love it when new guy. There we go. Another quick kill. I'm trying to take my time in this region, because I have been dying in level 2 a lot more than I would like, personally. So, we're trying to play at a bit of a slower pace. So you'll have to forgive me for that. It's just one of those things where there's so many enemies that can just instantly kill me if I'm not careful in modern level 2. Honestly, it's funny because with all these electricity changes, level 2 is feeling even more dangerous than level 1, which is kind of silly. Like, sorry, not level 1, level 3. And level 3 for a long time has been one of the most threatening biomes, just because of the chance of being bounced into lava from explosives is such a devastating combo to experience. But obviously now we've got these really chaotic and powerful electric charges flying out everywhere, and if any one of those hits you, there's a non-zero chance you just die on the spot. Like, you can see even my really unimpressive build with no additional lightning wiring, like no crazy wiring going on. It's still ripping through enemies with relative ease, which is kind of crazy. Okay, that's level 20. That's very nice for level 2. Let's head toward the boss, which is down in the bottom right there, which you can actually see today because I don't have my webcam on. Just because I'm being all cozy. I don't feel like having the lights on me right now, and I'm just got my blanket on and staying nice and warm. That said, this year's been like very warm. It's been a very mild winter. I'm hoping that by the time spring is closing in, we get some good snowfalls, because I'm always worried about the summer fires in Canada. There's just not a good infrastructure. I mean, not a strong enough infrastructure, I suppose, in place to really defend all the land that we have from the insane forest fires that have been happening in modern times. That's just the whole thing. If you're here, you know what I mean. I mean, even if you're nearby, you probably know what I mean, because you're getting some of our smoke, probably. It's kind of crazy. I think I'm gonna take exploding corpses. I think that the explosion regen would be nice. I could also Gamba. Gamba might ruin my build. It is funny. But, like, I can get unlimited biomass anyway, so, like, is it really that helpful? I don't think so. I don't think it is. All we gotta do is... Oh my god. Play good, and we'll be fine. That was a big boom. We might want to combine our hearts with hard cells, I'm thinking. That seems like a worthy thing to do, which means that we're gonna have to do a little bit of travel. Go ahead and go into speed mode. See if we can load on up and get that hard cell that we saw earlier. Hard heart combo would make me feel safe. That is for certain. There's a radiant. Transistor cell is really interesting. I'm sure that there's got to be like some transistor overcharge loops. I'm genuinely surprised I haven't heard about them yet, to be totally honest. Generally, I've got 1 or 2 people wandering into my Discord at any given time, throwing new technology at me in the Primordialis chat or the build section. There's so much to learn in this game, and it's definitely a great game for community. It reminds me a lot of Noita in that regard, where you kind of have to, if you really want to get good at it, you have to learn it with people. You can't really just learn it. Well, I guess you can just learn it on your own, but it's a lot harder that way. Heart cell, here we go. So yeah, I'm gonna dump my hearts in here. I could also dump my vasculars in here. I'm gonna have less hearts than vasculars, though. Okay, so let's do that, and then we'll do that. Oh, It's just, oh, whoop, whoop, up, up, up. There we go. There we go. Now I'm nice and tanky. That's gonna help a lot. I've definitely been utilizing this body plan a lot more lately. I like having the flat offensive end when it comes to creating, like, electrical charges and stuff. But, we might pivot to the other orientation in a moment. Just based on how things are going. We'll see. We will see. There's balloons. I want balloons, actually. Balloons are something that I'm after. Now all we need is self-touch cell, and we can create like a bit of an electrical circuit where we can attach and detach when necessary. So that way I don't have to have a permanent overcharge system going, which is definitely something that I would like to achieve. Is having something like that is ideal, in my personal opinion. So we'll see if we can set something up like that. Hopefully. I mean, I'm not super seasoned with that sort of style, but maybe I'll bring up some builds on the channel and see what I can come up with. Adapt something to my setup. Okay, so we're going into the next level. Let's go ahead and try and do a refactoring of the build. So we're gonna do this, and I'm going to do an electrical line like this. And we're gonna have one guy here, and then we're gonna have this like so. I should have more HP than that. What am I doing? What am I thinking? Okay, let's have some of these going. And we'll have some grounding surrounding that. Obviously that's overkill. I do not care. It's fine to be overkill. Where's my hearts? There they are. So we're gonna do like a line like this. And we're gonna have some vascular cells spread throughout the body in order to regulate the regeneration process. That is generally how I like to use those in modern day. And then we will continue with our skeleton, which will look a little something like this. And just fill that in. Fill that in like that. That's pretty good circulation. I'm probably going to want like a... I don't know. Maybe this is too much. Yeah, let's just do this. That's better. I think I like that. Okay. And then let's get some of these guys in there. Just haphazardly throw them around. Good. Obviously, this is not perfect coverage. That is okay. Kind of get the general idea going. Okay, so this is going to be our new body plan. And the reason why we set it up this way in this orientation is so that way I can have these facing like this. It's very interesting that these are shooting directly into this. That's surprising. Can we do like a fully nested one of these? Is that gonna work? I'm curious. Give it a moment. Give it a moment. Doesn't have any hearts to grow with. There we go. Yeah, that's why it's important to have hearts on your starting setup. So let's see. Okay, so that's going insano mode. Lightning cell is hovering around 2. Is not good. What about these guys? These are also hovering around 2. Interesting. So these shocking cells are... Huh. Okay. So the problem is we can't, like, stop it from firing. Which is a real issue. What if we just do this? That's interesting. That is interesting, isn't it? So, the lightning has no guaranteed direction to go, which means that because it chooses a random adjacent cell to fire into, it's not guaranteeing that these are gaining the power, and that means that it's kind of juggling the electricity back and forth and never allowing these cells to activate. But these are gaining voltage, so that's interesting. This is... I'm still not super confident on this setup. The big issue with this setup for me is that this is facing in the wrong direction, right? Like, I can feed these electricity really consistently. But the question is, how do I get them to go off? I need something to drain the electricity from the shocking cell, or the lightning cells faster. That's the problem. So how do we do that? How do we drain them? What about this? This is perfectly charging those three. I might be able to get a heart right here, honestly. Here we fucking go again, dude. Here we go again. Am I too stupid for electricity? I don't think so. I think I just need to... there's so much to learn. There's so much dang stuff to learn, man. But this is definitely the hardest it's been to make electricity pop. At least with the setup that I'm kind of attempting to achieve. I'm gonna step outside of the zone and see how bad it is. It's quite bad. It's quite bad indeed. Okay. Backup strat, we do drones in the meantime, I guess. That could be a decent option. Let's do that. Let's do some drones. So, we'll do one of these, and we will have something like that. And we'll have our breakaway set up. Not exactly sure how that's going to look yet. We'll wait on that part. So I'm going to want... like this. Just need one, so we'll turn off Symmetry for a moment. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna want a lot of power, aren't I? So let's do a power switch. I'm gonna do a bunch of power switches like this. And then how am I gonna move the power through it? I need to have something to be a conductor. Not really sure. Not really sure just yet. Imagine making a bunch of like follower, anti-follower electric cell, or like electric summons that can like shoot into you to power you up. I feel like that would be really cool. And the idea behind follower, anti-follower is that they'd make like a radial around you. I think that'd be really cool. But, I don't know, maybe making that happen is going to be really difficult. We'll see. So I want one jet. And how small do I want to make this thing? I don't know. I kind of want it to have the sideways shots. I think that's decent. But at the same time, having Seekers really helps with these guys' movement. Maybe it doesn't... I'm going to try back Seekers. Maybe they know how to work Seekers in the back as well. I haven't tried. I know that drones know how to use Seekers in the front, but I've never tried with Seekers in the back. So we'll give that a shot today. That seems like a good thing to give a go. Okay, so we're just gonna do this, and it's not going to be super efficient. I know that, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be 100% efficient, it just needs to function. Perfect is the enemy of existing. It really do be like that. Okay. So yeah, I just want one jet, so that way it's not too fast. And I need a spot for my angry cell, so we'll do one of these. Okay, so now this thing is alive, and we're just gonna keep it simple with the spawn method like that. And a little bit more of this. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. That looks decent. Maybe a little overkill, but that's alright. Let's try it out. Yeah, we got some little guys. Are they confused because of the Seekers? Let's take the Seekers off and see. Yep. They're going in the exact opposite direction due to the Seekers. Good to know. Is anyone wondering, do Seekers work or not with that? The answer is obviously yes. Okay, these little lads seem like they're doing some good deeps. I am pleased. I am pleased with this build. Now let's go ahead and ramp up the health a little bit more. We'll give a little more health to the drone too, why not? Why the heck not? Seems good. I like this build enough to the point where I would maybe paint it if I were playing on my own time. Not specifically for a video. Do you folks like the painting? Because like obviously this video is just gonna come out unedited. Just gonna be a little let's play style dealy. What do you think? Do you want me to paint stuff more? The more I play this game, the more I feel the creative itch to like add a little personal flair. And obviously my builds they tend to be a little sterile sometimes. I don't know, maybe they're just sterile to me, but you know, it do feel that way on occasion. Where I gotta add some extra personal flair, so not all my builds are, you know, missile launcher number 70. Because I do a lot of really strong missile launchers. And these guys are kicking ass. They're quite good. I would never deny that. Okay, what do we got over here? Vampirism. Interesting. I'm thinking about combining health monitor cell with vampirism. I'm gonna do it. That's a pretty cheap investment. That means I can start doing overcharge builds. That was the limiting factor. So we'll go kill the boss and hope we get like electric immunity. With all the new mutations, getting the electric immunity is a little bit harder now than it's been in the past. I'm still hopeful that one day we'll get a some sort of like perk reroll system. Obviously they actually recently they just patched out the mutation stacking. which is fine. It's a little surprising that they got rid of it, but maybe it was becoming over-centralizing. I didn't really feel the need to do it more than the one time I showed it off, but if there's... the thing about gamers is that they will ruin their own fun by optimizing it too much. And I'm guilty of doing that in the past as well, but, you know, if you wanted to, you could technically go and get infinite perks every single run pretty consistently. And I could see how that would ruin the flow of the intended flow of gameplay for people. You know, it's kind of like for the Noita heads out there. It's kind of like people who go and get the machine gun wand at the start of every run in Noita, and it's just a colossal waste of time. You've got a limited lifespan, and going and digging down through the earth to get the machine gun wand to start your run is not time efficient, sadly. Ooh. Did I keep an always on? I've been wanting... So there's a strategy that that has been discussed a couple of times that has failed each time I've tried it, but I still want to try it more until it works. And that is always on Breakaway in tandem with the modern electric cells, aka the lightning cells in this scenario. So, yeah, let's go ahead and combine my always on with Breakaway and see if I can get that working. So the concept is pretty simple. Basically, because oh man, I wonder how good it would be with shocking too. It could have been really good with shocking. I didn't even think about that until now. We got the self-touch, so we can have our toggleable button, which is good. We'll set that up as well as soon as we get the ability to do so. So we've got a lot of goodies. We're going to be able to do some major build experimentation in this next zone. And that's very much what the focus of this video is intended to be, is just focusing on trying to create some wacky, powerful, new electrical combos. That guy's getting melted by the electricity. Is it just me, or is there something different looking about the XP? There's something slightly different about it, and it's weird. I can't quite put my finger on it. If you see the difference, and you know what it is, and I'm not actually, like, losing my mind, comment down below and let me know what the fuck it is, because I can't tell. I really can't tell. It's something. I can sense it. But my brain isn't, is it, like, are they smaller? Are they just a tiny bit smaller, maybe? Is that what it is? That doesn't seem right, does it? I almost got shot there. Almost got blasted. This build really shines when the swarms start to happen. And you get like a large group of them, and the electricity starts to scale off itself. It seems quite good. Seems quite effective. We should be nearing the next boss. It's crazy that the enemy of this zone was at one point the final boss. Any of the demo heads out there, you remember. You remember. Maybe, I don't know. I think there's a lot of new people in the community, and I welcome you. I hope you've been having a fantastic time with this game. It's been evolving quite a lot in wonderful ways. And it just keeps getting better. It's awesome. It's hard to believe this game came out just earlier this year. Is that, what is that? That's capacitive? It's kind of cute. I don't know what I would do with capacitive, though. There's got to be some crazy new combo potential with the lightning cells. I feel like They might go really well with slime, because I think slime drains electricity really fast. So that might be, like, one of the best new combos, is, like, slime lightning. Which sounds cool as heck. That would be really neat. Speaking of slime, there it is. I don't think I can... I haven't found any, like, manual doubles, so... Can't really utilize that as is. It should be... We're here. We are here! Let me see if I can blast these before they blast me. There we go. Good, good, good. Is there a dead boss over here? Not yet. Let's get some of these fired over in that direction. Good night. That guy is donezo. Let's grab this XP while we're... Oh wow, he lived. Wow. It's funny, because he's really not that tanky of a guy, but he does survive some crazy shit sometimes. It's impressive. Not surviving this, though, right? There it is. There it is. We didn't get the lightning resistance, which is not super ideal. Should I do a minion build? I think I'm gonna do a minion build. I haven't done Obedient Neuron in a long time. What's this guy? Fearful. Okay. Budding. Yeah, I've been liking budding a little bit more lately. I'll give it a go. We'll give it a shot. Okay. We have 2025 biomass. We are using 1,300 of it. We have room for much improvement. And I am thinking... Okay. First thing I want to try. We've got lots of experimentation to do, so this is gonna take a little bit. So let's just trim this. And we're gonna make a breakaway combo cell dude. Like that. And then we're gonna have this attached like so. And then we're going to have these guys like this. And then we need this to be attached. So... And... I think that's about it. Okay, let's try this. So these are maintaining charge, which is making it so the electricity is not draining from this. So I need... How do I drain the electricity from them? That's the problem. Oh my god. Oh shit. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so the grounding cells are the key. So the problem is that these aren't directed right now. Okay, let's scale this down to just one. So we'll have one of these, and we'll have two of these. Okay. So that is good. That is very good. Like, just for reference, like, hang on. Let's find, like, a living thing. Here we go. That seems really strong. So that could be really good on, like, a drone. Oh my god. That melts. That melts like crazy. So the reason why this works, for anybody wondering, is because we've got a combo breakaway always on cell. This deletes itself. So it provides a charge to the lightning cell, and then immediately deletes itself. And the grounding cell is slurping out a percentage of the electricity from the lightning cell So that way it activates faster. So that's the idea behind that. So this is like a really, really powerful functional idea. So we're going to put that away for later. That's great. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Let me try putting that away again. No, wait, I don't know what's going on with that. That's weird. Whatever. Okay. So the next idea that I have is overcharged lightning. I'm just going to do the classic. I want to see, or overcharged shocking. So we're going to do one of these. Like that. We'll have that all aimed forward. And then we're going to have a nest on each side. Gonna have to empty out some of this. So we'll have a combo cell that is being fed. And then we need some sort of conductor. I want this to be able to be turned off and on. So we're going to move this forward. Like that. Okay. So there needs to be a conductor here. That much is certain. We'll use light. Okay, cool. So light is going to be our conductor. And then we've got balloons. And we're going to have a bunch of balloons that... this is going to be breakaway, but so that's going to break away, and then it's going to start doing damage in there. And we need to have a full wraparound of lights for this part. Like that. Okay. So basically that way this room is conductive, and once it breaks away, it won't create a whole bunch of them. So with this balloon, what we want is to be able to hit spacebar, and then the balloons will extend to make contact with this. So once it makes contact with that, the electricity will flow through, and should theoretically give me the power-up that I'm looking for. Hey, Michaela. Welcome home. Alright, so let's go ahead and try this and see if it... Oh my god! I'm blinding everyone. Shit. Hang on, I can fix this. Okay, there we go. Let's do this. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we've got the powered up things. That's good. Okay. I feel like I'm not getting enough contact. Oh, I see what it is. We need like a full wraparound with the light, so that way it because this guy is where a lot of the power is coming from. So if we get a full wraparound with the light, that'll fix it. Come on, brain. You just had it. Where's the light? There it is. Good. Okay. So this is what we want. And let's color those right away. So we don't blind anyone. Okay. So the main issue that I'm seeing here is that this is consuming all of the lightning very rapidly. This is still a very archaic method of overcharge. And it's hard to like get the release on these as well. So like the primary objective was to create a oh yeah, okay, so I can use the seekers to turn them off. Okay, that's great. I can use the seekers to shut them off. That's good. Okay, maybe I need one more layer of conductivity. So let's do this. And then we'll put the... So this is... The hope is that this is going to spread out the electricity across the entirety of the front, rather than focusing it into just a handful of the shocks. And, yeah, that's kind of the idea for that. So we'll see if it's working. So remember, we can cut it off with the... Okay. Damage output is, like, really low. I'm surprised. How much voltage are we generating on the... Hang on. How much voltage do these guys have? You have 1,300 in climbing. Really interesting. You'd think that we'd have, like, a way more potent electricity than what we do. I mean, maybe it is really potent and we just can't tell. Let's go hit something with it, I guess. It doesn't feel strong. It doesn't look strong. I'm pretty confident this is quite weak. God. Yeah, this is garbage. This is doo-doo. This ain't it. It's really odd that it's struggling so much. It is unexpected. This side is kind of going crazy now. Okay, let's forgo this segment and give it direct contact, because that's how I used to do it. And it's possible that I've got, like, too much energy regulation going on right now, and that's the issue. Let's try just simplifying it and seeing if that helps. So it's definitely stronger, but, like, it's not powerful, I guess. The old methods don't seem to be working. I guess that's, like, not bad. It's just not as good as I need it to be. I don't know. It doesn't feel as strong as it used to. Maybe that's fine. Well, I mean, it's definitely fine if that's the case. It's just... I wonder if I'm doing something wrong, or if it's just the methods are weaker. I'm trying to think about the different variables that I've introduced that are making this weaker than it normally would be. So one of the things that I'm doing is I've combined my heart monitor with leeching, which I figured would be purely a positive influence. We're getting ripped to pieces right now, thank goodness. HP started to recover there. This guy is taking forever to die, man. I'm surprised. Very surprised at how little damage he's taking. There we go. Finally got him. Okay. Yeah, so I think we need to redesign once again. I mean, I didn't intend on keeping this method anyway, so that's fine. We've already got a negating, so we don't need to worry about that. But yeah, this method is not working as well as I would have anticipated. And if I swap over to these, they're not going to activate at all because of the extreme... like, they just don't ever lose their charge. So that's kind of a problem. I need some way to remove their charge. I guess we could technically do, like, a breakaway method, maybe? I don't know. The breakaway stuff, it seems like it might be the key to getting lightning to really pop. Okay, so what other methods do I have to play around with? I've got a little bit of wiring. We've got electromagnet. I'd love to have, like, a phasing electromagnet that goes inside of the enemy and then, like, guides my electrical shots at them. I think that would be really cool. But I don't think that's really what we're going for here. So, I'm gonna delete this part. I'm thinking we make a bunch of drones that use these. Because this is a really, really tight setup that we can totally, like, abuse, I think. So maybe we do that. I really want this video to like, showcase the power of lightning. Because I think that it's an incredibly strong new cell type. So yeah, we'll do some... Well, hang on. First, let's copy-paste you over here. I want to be launching 2 at a time at least. Gonna have a power switch. Gonna have one of these guys. And we'll give him some HP. And... I don't think I want them going too fast, so we're not going to worry about that. Go ahead and give them like a decent-sized body, I suppose. Okay, we're not going to give them a jet. Well, I could give them 1 jet. Like, what's 1 jet? That's not so bad. Okay, so we'll do one of these. And then we're going to... I'll do the power switch on the outside. How expensive are lights? It'd be kind of fun to use lights. They're 5. They're too expensive. Okay, something like that. Be good. And we'll get this good and vascular. Okay. That's gonna allow quick regeneration. That's exactly what I want. And then we'll have some normal cells covering those, just for some extra defense. Go. Starting to look pretty good. And we still have a lot of room for shenanigans. I was thinking about doing obedience on these, and I still might. Sure. I'm fairly exposed HP. I don't know. Oh my god! What is happening? Okay. There's so many clones of me. Oh no. Okay. Well, you already know where we're going. Well, you might already know where we're going. We're gonna go visit an old friend. See how that goes. See if we can't make that work. Let's see how these guys are in comparison to, oh man, maybe I do like a big boy drone? Jesus. That's crazy. They seem like they might be a little too deadly for themselves. Kind of the vibe I'm getting. Maybe I don't want multiple of these guys. Maybe I want 1 big drone. I could do 1 big schmeedy drone. That seems like a reasonable play here. Let's give it a try. How do I want to set this up? I guess we'll just do like... Oh, that's wrong. Something along this line. And then we're gonna take this setup, and we're going to dupe it. 4x, that's good. I wonder if I can even fit like a middle one in here as well. Let's try that. There we go. That should hopefully maximize the potential for that. And don't have any hearts right now, so we'll give you a couple of those. This is a large drone, but it's going to be very cheap because it's mostly basic cells, and that's the important part, is that it's very cheap. Okay, and let's get another power switch going right here. And... oh yeah, we need power switches throughout. So, there, one there, there. Okay, good. That looks decent. Obviously, I need to connect to the vascular tissue. Okay. So yeah, we're expelling a large percentage of ourself. The first one just kind of blew itself up. Okay. I'm thinking we internalize these. Because then we can abuse budding. That's what we're gonna do. Let me make some adjustments. There we go. And then we will put these guys on the inside. So one there, one there. Oh, that is gross. I don't like this. I don't like that at all. I'm sorry. If I don't like it, I'm sure other people hate it. It's just gross. That's bad wiring. I could make it better, but I'm not going to. It doesn't need to be better. I'm thinking this. Okay, so I need detach detector. That way it's going to be a little better. These things are offing themselves a surprising amount. It's a little concerning. It's not really what I want them to do. These guys are just dead everywhere, man. Look at this. This is definitely inferior to my other design. I wonder if these should be getting detached. I seem to be struggling a lot. I'm not super sold on it just yet. But I will play with it for now, because it is functional enough. It's taking a surprising... You know what it is? It's because these are being removed and added so much, that's what's causing the drones to die so quickly. They're essentially... oh my god, that was scary. My movement is going buck for a moment there. Going crazy. So yeah, the drones are killing themselves because of the extreme amount of breakaway that's happening. So that's unfortunate. I wonder if I could give them, like, a self-healing system with what I have. I might be able to set up a self-healing system, actually. We've got balloons, we've got self-touch. Somebody set up, like, a really ingenious setup. Oh, man, there's so many things to do in this game, man. It's it's borderline exhausting sometimes. I gotta stay focused. I gotta stay focused. We're gonna focus on the lightning. I'm not gonna try to give them infinite immortality. I can make that in a separate scenario. We gotta go one step at a time here, okay? Oh my god! That was terrifying. Holy shit. That is a lot of damage. Okay. We're fine. Everything is fine. Level 27. Looking to go and get that that bonus boss. We can get a couple of extra levels. Capacitive. Interesting. Yeah, the damage from this is quite high. It's just a matter of, like, actually getting them to the target. Which is kind of why we have the drones in the first place, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay. We're going to do a quick adaptation for the build. This is gonna be ugly and quick, and I don't care. This needs to work. Okay. Just do that. There we go. Now, is this thing gonna be capable of taking out this boss? I'm not so sure. We'll have to find out. You can see the damage that I'm taking just from like the always-ons proccing repeatedly. It's interesting. It's definitely significant to the way my damage is being taken. The angry cells don't seem to give a hoot about current scenario. Is problematic. Okay. Let's see if we can't punch through this. Freezing is not very nice, I must say. Not a big fan of being frozen. Yeah, that's a partial disconnect, but I don't think that's as much at damage as I originally thought it would be. Okay, so we're kind of chipping ourselves down. Do we have spikes? We don't have spikes. What's our best option? Generally, you want to shrink down for this. Do we want to shrink down into an electrical shape? I wish I knew the makeup of this boss. Voltage, temp, poison, speed, overview. Here we go. Okay, what's your defensive layer look like? Okay, so he's got a layer of hard cells, and then he's just got a layer of hearts. So if we can get past this guy, they have no resistance. We just need to get in there. Okay, that's fine. We can work with that. So I'm thinking we gotta shrink down to nice thin setup. We're gonna do something like this. Normally I do this with spikes, so I don't know if this is gonna work. This could bring about our end. But I'm gonna try it anyway, because why try if you like? Why even bother if you can't like go crazy and max out all your stuff? Get silly. You gotta go big or go home, as they say. It's not quite right. Okay, something like that is good. And give me heart line. These. The hope is when I get in there, I'm going to just start, like, tearing into them, doing big damage. Let's add some of these, because we are going to be having lightning bouncing back. That's got to be a bit of a thing. Okay. Good. Connect. And just fill that in. Ooh. There we go. That's good. So we're pretty cheap. Can I fill that in with these? Probably not. Yeah, definitely not. We can do some of them. There we go. We're exactly 2100. Let's give this a shot. So first things first, I need to cut this thing. If I can't cut this, then we're definitely not going to make any progress. I did make the cut. Looking like I'm a little bit too wide. Might have to shrink things down a little bit. I'm gonna back up and see if we can survive here. Okay. So, first things first is I need to shrink down even more. So, let's bring this down here. And then these guys. And then we're going to delete this outer layer. Like so. Okay, so let's try this out. See if this works better. And I think I'm gonna do these. I guess we'll have to go for this setup. Okay. Can have a handful of these going. Okay. Are these going to have any negative influence on these? I don't think so. These two aren't working, so I have to add a grounding here, I guess. I want these to punch through the spikes. This isn't working. Let's get out of here. Okay. I hate to say it, but I think we cut our losses here. I think that spikes are too good against this guy, and it's kind of the only thing that seems to work efficiently. I would like to issue a challenge to the community. Beat this boss without spikes. Lower the biomass costs and less cells used, the higher your score. What are you gonna get when you win? My praise, and I will use your builds in my videos. That's it. Not much. That's all I got though. I still gotta pay rent, okay? I can't go throwing out like crazy bounties. Okay. Let's go into our history. And we will grab one of these guys, probably. Where's the speed version? Give me a speed version of one of these. I don't know, we'll just go back here. Okay. I love how it almost kills me. That's great. That's really good design when it almost murders you immediately. That's what you want. What you want when you're creating a thing. Man, I never thought I'd use always on Breakaway. I'm still not sold on it, by the way. I think that there's probably better methods. But I won't deny that it does allow you to activate the lightning cells at a very rapid pace. Now, if we could have this exact same rapid pace with some actual overcharged cells, I think we'd be cooking. But as of current, this is kind of doo-doo. Is there anything stopping me from connecting an overcharged cell? What's that going to do? Do we want to... let's get back to a safe spot, and I'll create the overcharge system again. Or the health overcharge. Maybe I find, like, a plain health thing rather than... No, leeching worked. Leeching definitely worked. I don't need to question leeching. I just need to make sure that the power is set up right. Maybe... Oh, I'm getting controlled by my drone because it got activated from the electricity. So yeah, I'm thinking that I need to have, I don't know, the electrical regulation is just way different from how it used to be, so, like, things are being absorbed in ways that I'm not anticipating. Like, I never checked how much the light itself was absorbing in terms of electricity when using it for, like, as a conductor. So that's something that I should probably look into. How's the damage? Show me the damage. I really like the way lightning just chunks away at things. I think that's really fun. I think it's really fun and really cool. The damage is not there with this setup. It's because I am just losing HP too fast. Capacitive, there's a conductive right there, sweet. We will take that. Take that straight to the bank. That is good. Alright. Let's wander on over here. There's so many of these guys, which is kind of crazy. Okay. So, conductive circle. That's too small. We gotta carve out a space. Okay. And then that. So the problem with this, or the problem that I see with this setup specifically, is that the conductive is going to prevent the breakaway from ever respawning. So I need... Oh man, how do I don't know. I'm already like fairly confident this isn't going to work, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Okay. So yeah, you can see it's just deactivated. How do I activate it then? Yeah, grounded breakaway won't work. What if I invert the power to pass it through a negative breakaway? And then I invert the power again to make it positive? Is that going anywhere? Or am I just running into the exact same problem? I'm really trying to twist my brain on this one. I'm looking to form some wrinkles here. Let's just like look at it and I'll be able to logic it out better. So a negative, so this is going to invert the power into negative, and then I do a breakaway, and this isn't going to go away. And then we have this. What does a negative even do? Holy fuck. Okay. This isn't even disconnecting like it should. Why is it not disconnecting? Is it because there's not enough biomass in the local region? Try that. Local region. God damn it. I'm watching I watched a quantum physics video the other night, and now my brain is broken. Okay, so that's in there. What's going on here? Okay, that's the breakaway that's just flopping around. Let's make that hard sell. That way it just doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so we've got this fully, like, charged, or negatively charged, yeah, so this thing has negative 800 voltage. Okay, that's interesting and all, but that doesn't do us anything. Is there a way I can flip the charge? I mean, that's kind of what inductive cell does. But the problem is, as long as it's a positive or a negative charge, it's not going to flip on its own. We got a bunch of them now. We have a whole bunch of these things. Okay. Where are these gaining power from? I don't even know. They're just like holding... Oh, it's the power switch, I see. Okay. So yeah, we've got a negative charge. And then we flip it. So yeah, negative breakaway. Negative breakaway, but then it's always going to break, right? That's always going to break over and over. What if I ground it? What if I ground it like this? Okay. Let's just check this. We're gonna get rid of the rest of this. And we're just testing. Okay. Oh shit. It's working. I think it's I think I did it. What's the voltage getting to? It's getting to around, like, 30 at the maximum. This guy's got negative 1300 voltage on average. Okay. Why does this work? I need to think about that. Why does the negative charge... So, like... Am I holding some of the charge in... Wait a second. So this is... This is an inverter. This is the negative. And this is passing the charge to here. Repeatedly. It's only passing 200 of the charge. At a time. Do I need the grounding in this setup for it to work? I think I do. I'm pretty sure I do need the grounding in this setup. Otherwise it's not going to discharge, right? Yeah, okay, so the grounding is key. Can I get away with 1 grounding instead of 2? Because if I can get away with less, then that'll probably give me more power. Let's try 1. So, it's a slower paced release. Okay. Interesting. It's really interesting. I love this. I love this shit. I hope this is really interesting to everyone. Because this is extremely interesting to me. This is super fucking cool trying to figure out how to overcharge lightning. I want to shoot something with this. It doesn't look as scary as some of like the big lightning coming out of the jellyfish. I'm gonna have to... Oh shit, dude. Oh shit. That's some big damage. I need a way to put more power into the lightning faster. Which means I need more surface area for the breakaways. So, what if we do like a... I want like a surround on this. Like this, and then that's where the groundings go. So I want there to be like a lot of power stored in here. Where could I store a lot of power? Oh jeez, that hurt. That hurt very bad. What is going on? What's that? Okay, that's a dead stored biomass body part. Don't know how that happened. Oh shit, it's shooting backwards. Why is it shooting backwards? Is it because of these? It's crazy how little of a change I've made has made this thing shoot me in the face now. Semi-consistently. Okay, let's go to an old version. Like that. Oh, even older than that. There we go. This. Okay. It's insane how different these are. The way these function. So what if this is electricity? Yeah, it works pretty much as anticipated. Oh man, oh man, oh man. My brain is melty. I hope you guys are okay with a longer episode. I'm cooking. We are cooking with this one. All right, I think I'm happy with this mechanism, and I'm gonna run it. I'm sure that there will be significantly better mechanisms in short order, like very, very short amount of time. But for now, we will run this. And yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with it. Obviously, it's a little fucky, but you know, the first attempts at this sort of thing tend to be. That's just how it do. Okay. Let's put on our symmetry again, so that way I don't end up triggering someone with some asymmetrical building. And we will do a little copy-paste-orino. One there. One there. And I'll smooth this over because it looks a little weird. Okay. That looks decent. Is there any other sort of weirdo stuff that I can do? Could play with magnets. Oh my gosh, there's a cat on me. I'm getting rammed into by a cat. Okay. Oh, these are all filled in. There we go. And I guess I can connect these, so that way they conduct with one another. Yeah, that's not terrifying. There's gotta be a way to, like, give the electricity to some other stuff as well. I need these to be, like, longer if I want to do that. Something like that, maybe. Okay. It's pretty cool. I like it. What do you think the chances are this kills me immediately going down the tunnel? 100%? Go ahead and take precautions against that. I would rather not immediately die, given the option. Rather push that down the line as far as I can. We got too much science to do to go dying. I say that, but I nearly died to a random spike in the hallway. Oh, Nelly. Oh, man. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Okay. This is a long tunnel. Maybe I shouldn't be so zoomed in. I like being zoomed in on this game, especially when I'm observing significant changes like that. Okay. Here we go. By the way, for anyone wondering how the... Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's a lot of damage. For anyone wondering how... Okay. That's not good. Okay. That's really not good. Ouch. Oots. For anyone wondering how the... You know, I'm gonna assume that was a fluke. Maybe that is a psychotic option. Maybe that's the worst option that I could take here. But that's what I'm gonna do. So anyway, the way my overcharge setup works is, biomass has a limited maximum when it's attached to the player. So you have to detach the heart monitor cell from the player in order to maximize your potential biomass on it. So that means you need to, like, have it not be a part of your body, which is why we remove it, and then we can overcharge it and make it really, really powerful. Because the more biomass that it has, the more powerful the charge it's going to be. So we basically are just constantly feeding it our own biomass as a battery. And it's a pretty functional setup, but it's definitely, like, the most crude of overcharge methods. Man, I feel like I just made an overcharge video recently, and I'd almost want to, like, make another one. Make sure you go and watch that overcharge video if you want to learn about overcharge. I myself am needing to, like, go back and do another refresher. I don't think I have access to any other overcharge that I know of currently, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's an overcharge that I have in my inventory that I don't know of, to be totally honest. It seems likely. It seems likely with all the new, generally, when you can invert electricity, there's a good chance you can pull some shenanigans. I mean, even this build is pulling shenanigans with its inversion. And these tiny little bugs exploding is a tad inconvenient, I must say. Isn't ideal. I'm really happy to have got a build working that, like, lightning is functioning on, though. I really love how often Breakaway is coming into play in this game. It's it feels like the trigger of the Primordialis world. So, like, you know, Sparkbolt trigger is king in Noita, and in this game, Breakaway is the one in charge, the one that opens up all of the crazy potential. It's really interesting to have, like, such a simple cell do so much. Like, I don't know if they could make another cell as versatile as Breakaway without it, like, without it being overpowered. Like, that's the thing, is I think Breakaway cell is actually, like, very well balanced. You know, some people have suggested in the past, semi-recently even, a cell that goes next to cells and buffs them in some way. And obviously a cell like that would be very multifaceted and have many, many, many uses. But the thing is a cell like that would kind of do everything, wouldn't it? I feel like you would have that next to everything all the time, assuming it's good enough. And I guess, like, stem cell might be the next closest thing to that, but rather than buffing, it duplicates. So I think that one's pretty balanced. I definitely have to play with stem cell more. Stem cell is so freaking cool. My cats are freaking out right now. They're at that age where they're just climbing the walls. Climbing the walls, battling each other. You know, cat things. They're wonderful. They are wonderful little creatures. They make us so happy. Let me blow these up. I'm getting blown up a little bit. That's not great. Guys shooting rockets at me. Have died to those guys before. I gotta say, this build is a little fragile. I'm not super pleased with that in that regard, but it's we're surviving for the most part. I'm not too worried for the time being. I'm realizing, by the way, the individual capsules that I've created have the drawback of making it so if one of the things breaks, they all tend to break, which is not ideal. But you know, we're making do. Oh man, did I ever tell you guys about my idea for homebrew Mountain Dew? We make do. I think that would go crazy. I'm not much of a soda drinker, but I feel like the concept is good. Making do. It just works. I can imagine like a guy up on a mountain. the commercial would kick ass. It'd be like a guy up on a mountain, like moonshining some Mountain Dew. So somebody like goes to confront him about it, like the law or something, and he's like, it's not alcoholic. It's fine. And then everybody's drinking the moonshine Mountain Dew. It'd be great. It'd kick ass. That's a good idea. This guy's gonna get melted, isn't he? Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking real good. See ya, nerd. I'll overcharge. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? I don't think it's gonna do too much for me, honestly, but we'll see. Okay. Let's go into the last level as is. The other option... What is the other option? Do we look for a rebuild? What other way could I have this detach? If I, like, superpower this negatively and then cut the power to it, could I do that? Could I supercharge this negatively, cut the power, put a positive charge in this, and then, like, have it flip a switch? Oh, man. I think I'm too dumb right now. I think I've expended all of my brain energy, unfortunately. This'll have to do for the time being. But I look forward to experimenting more with the potential of this scenario, because I think it's so strong. I think lightning is really good. I think it's slightly less good. It's been slightly nerfed from when it was just electricity, but I'm really happy to have shocking back, because I think having the consistent electrical blast is really good. And I think defensively it's one of the most effective setups in the game, so I'm really pleased to have it. I think it is quite nice. But yeah, I guess we'll just focus on surviving the next biome, and then we'll have to think about what we're doing for the boss. I could also do obedient neuron, like drone spam. But I think I need electricity resistance for that, and I don't have it, so I'm gonna give it a miss. I'm gonna give it a miss for the time being. Okay, we are melting face. That's good. We are melting face. Enemies do be dying pretty quick. This is what I want to see. Now, the main problem with this build is that it's fairly vulnerable. Like, the range is a lot shorter than my standard electricity builds, and the fact that I'm constantly doing, like, breakaways as well as feeding my biomass away, I think that that's hurting my defense quite a lot. So we've got to be careful. That said, I am quite pleased with the damage output. It's looking good. I don't know how to kill this dude. This enemy always feels like it just keeps coming back. Okay, so this missile enemy is probably the strongest missile enemy in the game. And it won't stand a chance against us because of the way our electricity works. I'm really pleased about that. Oops, zapped my front off there a little bit. Did we... Oh my god, our whole deal ended up inverted there because of all the electricity and the one negative breakaway. That was interesting. I don't know if I've seen that happen before. It's interesting, for sure. Maybe my range isn't as bad as I was thinking. I've just been playing super zoomed in. I don't know, it's extremely variable, it seems. Whoa! I think I shot this guy's jets and he launched me into the wall. It's very likely to happen again. Yeah. It's not ideal. I'm just gonna wander over here and try not to get exploded for the time being. There we go. Please perish before you send us flying. Okay, come on. Come on now. Cease your existence at once. Getting pushed into the wall. Prison Mike style. Do people still watch The Office? I watched through it so many times. I did enjoy it. But I don't know if I can do it anymore, man. I gotta watch something new. It is stuck in my brain, though. It is locked in there. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of the front orbiters. And then we need to... Is this guy like 99%? He might be like 90% electric resistant. I'm realizing that. If we're not using electrical damage, what are we gonna do? Just try to... Oh my... There it is. Damn it, dude. Damn it. Maybe if I took Saving Grace instead of Budding, I might be alive right now. But instead, we've got this silly death screen. Yeah, so that's the new shocking and lightning cell. Very cool. Very cool. Very crazy. Very interesting. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you learn to master this new electrical cell along with me. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you to everybody who's been subscribing this month. We're maybe going to hit 20,000 subscribers this year. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it could happen. I'm not going to worry if it does or it doesn't. It doesn't matter. It's just a number. It doesn't mean anything. It just makes me really happy. If you subscribe, that'd be great. But yeah, thank you. Thank you and bye.